What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you all again. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only, so let's be entertained. Let's turn our attention to Redbox, see what we got going on. We'll take a quick look at Ortex. We'll look at the charts. We'll see if we see anything that is of importance. So, estimated short interest percent of the free float, sitting at 76% roughly. Borrowed shares virtually unchanged as far as it went, and the cost to borrow is averaging out at 466% still. So, not terrible, nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we were saying at some point it's not going to make sense for them to really want to short it because it's going to cost them a lot of money to be able to do it. And is it really worth trying to get it down to those $2 puts whenever they don't have to right now? They have time on those, and really, is it going to be worth the cost in the long run? I don't think so. That's why I was thinking that there is going to be a little bit of relief that comes into the charts right as soon as the puts on Friday expired, and I think we saw a little bit of that relief today. I mean, this was the first time in pre-market that it actually went up, tested the upper end of this trend line that we've just been stuck in for days, and it finally decided to make its breakout. We were talking that this 5.0 range could hold as support the way it was acting. Wasn't sure if it was going to come down, touch the 382 or the 236, but it did end up bouncing right there off of the 5.0 pretty much. Went up, basically respected the 618 and worked its way back down to the 5.0. So now the 5.0 is acting as support. We're on top of this trend line, so technically it got a little bit of a breakout. We will see how it goes from there. As far as the short activity goes, I think you got a break, so now it's going to depend on if the buyers come back in. Are they willing to put some risk into the play? The shorts have time. We've already discussed that they do have time. So I think overall the shorts, unless this starts getting too far out of control again, they're going to probably kick back and wait and see what happens on that August 8th meeting and how much time, from that August 8th to whatever, do they have to continue to hold. So that will be the storyteller. I do overall kind of like that it at least held. That gave you a little bit of relief for a day. We want to see what happens tomorrow. If it's going to continue to base here, like I said, it has to be advantageous for one side or the other, whether they want this thing to go up or they want this thing to go down. So we're going to probably see a move. I mean, it can't spend a whole lot of time there. We saw it spend, like 3 trading days last time before somebody just gave up. We got 2 trading days in here, basically. So somebody's going to give sooner or later, whether it's whoever's trying to suppress the price or whoever's trying to increase the price. We are going to see that happen. As far as the 1 hour time frame goes, I mean, you are getting a little bit of strength coming in here. We're seeing the higher lows on the RSI. The MACD is wanting to slowly flip back over unless this buyer activity really steps back in. The 30-minute could flip positive if it stays hot and active. Overall for the day, didn't end bad. I mean, it could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? So we are sitting above, finally, the midline as far as the Bollinger Bands go. I like to see that as well. That's a short time frame. What are we doing on a longer time frame? Midline is at $4.45, so we are just a fuzz below on the shorter time frame. This 30-minute chart will more than likely play out by either pre-market or right at market open. I think it will make its decision on which way it wants to go. So you're still here, you're still watching it. All in all, setting a little bit of higher highs. It started to give out here in the after hours, but even going into the end of the day, you were getting higher lows and you were getting higher highs on the RSI. So they're trying to keep this MACD green to the best of their ability. Every time we get up into this range, it just kind of gives out, and that's what happens. It got up there, it gave out. It's getting up there again in after hours even. So let's see what happens. Like I said, either the buyers are going to step in or the sellers are going to step in. Somebody's going to win, and we will probably know tomorrow. I mean, if not tomorrow, it'll be the next day, because we're either going to catch this trend line that we have going up here and ride that up. It's going to either want to fall down and come down and meet it, or it's going to bounce off of this 5-0 line that we have on the fib retracement. So far, the fib retracement seems to be playing out almost perfectly. So keep an eye on those levels. We will see what happens. What else is going on? Anything else? Well, I guess tomorrow we should have the FTDs, have that info that we can talk about. We'll see what's going on there, and that'll kind of let us know if there's still some failed to delivers out there, how many are out there, and does that mean anything for the charts as well. So looking forward to an update on this tomorrow whenever we have just a little bit more info that we can work with. But all in all, I mean, it had some moves, and at least they were in the right direction today. So that's what you guys are wanting. That's what I'm wanting. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming back, watching another one. I appreciate it. If you don't mind, drop a like. You can always subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the updates. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.